everybody, Dustin here, student, Kaiser University College of Golf. I'm here to talk about the 5 ways to curve your golf ball. The first way that we're going to talk about is actually going and manipulating the grip. So we always want to come in, have your neutral grip, so your club is always facing square to your target line. As you come up, you want to have a good square position. But if you take a stronger grip, that'll naturally, as you set up, it'll naturally kind of close your club face, and that'll give it that good hook. So if you see it as it's set up towards at your ball, you can see how the club face and the ball is sitting. That'll make that hook movement. Now, if you do a weak grip, you can kind of tell how open that club face is. So this is how it looks when you're standing up to a golf ball, and it'll come up. And that's when you come down, the club face is open. That's what's going to make it really shoot off to the right. The second thing you're going to look at is the club path. So your club path, whether you're coming in to out or an out to in, that's really going to determine how much spin you're going to put on the ball. A lot of people naturally do this over the top out to in pattern, which will come down and put that spin on that ball and really make it curve off to the right. And then naturally going the other way, it'll go from inside to out with a square club face. It'll kind of make it feel like it'll kick off and put a ton of spin on that ball, going from that counterclockwise movement and kicking off down to the target line to the left. The third way that a lot of people think about is with our aim and stick here. The vertical plane line, or the club plane line to your target line. So as you can see here, my club is on the ground, the sole is on the ground, flat on the ground. And as you start manipulating it, whether you push a little bit more vertical, the shot will naturally go a little bit off to the right. And as you shallow it out, the angle of your club face will go to the left. So things to think about when you are wanting to shape your shot: the more vertical your club's going to go, the more your shot's going to go off to the right. And the more shallow you go, the more your shot's going to go off to the left. The fourth movement that you want to learn, the fourth way to shape a shot, is really looking at your lead wrist position. Obviously, you want to come in when you're coming in, and you really want to keep that lead wrist straight if you want to take a straight shot. But if you flex your lead wrist a little bit, that'll naturally close off as you come through, and that lead wrist is kind of cupped or overextended. It's really going to close that club face to the ball and make it shoot off to the left. And if you cup it the other way, if your club face is, or if your wrist is cupped at impact, it'll leave that club face open and it'll shoot off to the right. The final is going into your forearm. So your forearm plays a huge factor into your rotation of your body. So you really want to come in as you come through. If you don't rotate your wrists and your forearm all the way over, you're going to leave that club face a little bit open. So if you hypothetically put your thumb to the 2 o'clock, you can kind of see how that club face is open. Come in, and your thumb is kind of pointed towards that 2 o'clock. The club face is going to be open. That's what's going to produce that slice. And if you rotate your forearm all the way to the 10 o'clock, you see how that club face is closed. So as you come through and rotate that wrist, you see how that club face is closed. So once again, the 5 ways to shape your shot is going to be your grip, your club path, your angle of approach, or your angle of your shaft, your wrist position, and your forearm position.